I don't even know what I'm going to call this, but there are some things I want to cover today. So I guess I'll go into story time. So I went to the social club today and they were having a Juneteenth celebration, and it essentially started out really cute, hors d'oeuvres, drinks. We were all talking, mingling. And then after that, we all found our seats and the presentation began. And so during the presentation, sorry, I heard like a beep and it threw me off. So anyways, so this beautiful, amazing woman that I met, she's one of the reasons I attended, because I really wanted to hear her speak. And she was opening and presenting, and she spoke, which was really sweet. And then they passed it off to the host, and the host just big ball of personality, just super funny, super great. I think he's like a pastor, but like not like a bad pastor that you would think about, like a funny, cool, like person that you actually want to listen to. And I don't go to church, so it's not like, oh, you know what I mean? You already listen to a pastor, so of course you think it would be cool. It's not like that. I got ramen today. How cute. Anyways, so after that, there was like a panelist. And during the panel, there were Black doctors, judges, lawyers, and just people that are educated and, you know, of caliber. And they were telling stories about their grandparents being slaves. They were older. They were much older than me. And one of the ladies in particular was saying that her grandma lived until she was 97. And her grandma, like, had stories about her parents being slaves and like her growing up in that era, and just essentially like talking about the values that were instilled in her. And it really made me think about what's going on today with Latinos. And like, obviously in my head, I was there to support, but I couldn't help but compare what their stories like consisted of and how they fought, their ancestors fought for them to be doctors, lawyers, and judges. Like if it weren't for their ancestors fighting, they would not be where they're at. They would not. And it takes them to keep that standard. And that's why they are where they're at. And it's like, it was super inspirational. I genuinely look up to them and am just like, you made it happen. Your community made it happen. And I'm like fucking disappointed in myself and my community. And like, I can't help but being like annoyed about the way that we were raised. And that's not fair to the people that raised us, because it's cultural and they didn't know any better. But the passiveness, the unwillingness to fight, the unwillingness to get involved, and I don't want any trouble, no te pones en broncas type like situation. Oh, no quieres problemas, yo no quiero problemas, like nothing like that. That is why we are caught in this situation. Like the people that have been the oppressors are looking for a new target to oppress, and they picked a passive one. And these like insults that I'm saying also go to me, because I feel that. Like I also next the TikToks that are heavy, and I don't want to see them when I'm not in the mood to see them. And I don't know. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I just don't know what to do. And I feel like I need to do something. I feel like I need to take action. And it's a sacrifice. And I almost feel like maybe our generation now, for the Latino Americans, are not going to be the ones who are the judges and the doctors and the lawyers, like the way the Black community is at this present moment. Maybe the generation now of Latinos is going to be a big group of us who are going to have to be the sacrificers, because we're not going to be the doctors and the lawyers or the judges, or we already would have done that. Sorry, I'm like looking at all my little straggly hairs, whatever. So yeah, that is my thoughts right now about the whole thing. And like, again, this was their moment. I'm not trying to make it about Latinos, like, although I am, but it's not, I don't mean it like that. I just can't help but like be in awe in the most respectful way. I am in awe of everything they've done and have accomplished in the Black community. And I just wish that for my people too. So yeah, I wanted to share that. Moving on to the next topic, life and death. I saw this video today. It was a podcast and it was a guy also talking about death, which is cool because I didn't even seek out this information. It kind of just found me. And he said a quote that I literally typed in my phone. And he said, "Death is the driver of reinvention." And that to me was super cool. Like, yeah, that's like the perfect way to articulate what I want to get across, like in this channel, is that everybody talks about reinvent yourself, you know, become who you want to be, just do that. But the death part, like, again, death is the driver of reinvention. Like, you have to die first. You have to kill first. And so I wanted to talk about some things examples of what it means to die. Like, what are some rituals that you can do? I'm not going to include affirmations and journaling, meditation. Like, you should know about those already. And if you don't, there's people out there that can talk about it that know more than me. So go find them. But I did want to talk about some things that you can do as a death ritual besides that. So one of them, I don't know like a proper word for it, but it's essentially like a God is my witness moment. And what I mean by that is you are self-asserting, not affirmations, but telling yourself, when I cross through this barrier, I will be a different person. A lot of people actually have talked about quantum jumping as an example. It's like different but relatable. I'm going to use it as an example where people take a shower, and while they're showering, they imagine all of the things that are negative and that they don't like, and they picture it in their head as they're showering, and they're picturing the water hitting them and it cleansing these negative traits and karma or like sticky tar that's stuck on them throughout the day or throughout the week or whatever. And it's essentially cleansing their aura. And then they say, you know, once I leave and am cured from this, when I open the shower and I exit, I'm going to be in a different timeline. And I know that sounds super woo-woo and wacky and crazy, but my thing, and for me, it's more literal in the sense where you can assert to yourself that when you walk through a door or when you walk out of or you get out of a car, that you are no longer going to feel a certain way, that emotion is not going to affect you, and that you have decided that once you exit wherever you currently are standing, whatever you're thinking about that's eating away at you is dead. And I'm going to give a story time, an example. So in 2019, a little bit before 2019, I fell in love with this man, and like him and I had a really special bond, and we just were like magnetic. Like we totally got each other. It was like, there wasn't a ton of words that we needed to say. Like we could get across an emotion or a concept or a feeling Like, and we just knew, like, we could read each other's minds. It was creepy, kind of. But this particular person had a lot of emotional issues, and like, I'm super emotional. So like I said, we were a lot of likes. So he was also emotional, except he did not do his healing work, and he had control issues he could not let go of, and he had anger issues. And so, you know, yeah, you can only be cute with someone for so long like that, but that's not the point of this video. So he flew me out to New York to go see him because he had moved away, and we were just cool, and we were friends or whatever after he moved. And I was going through something really hard, and literally maybe like a month after I found out about this news that I was going through, for a different related topic, he's like, I want you to come see me. I want to fly you out to come see me. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to go. Like, this really isn't a good time for me. Like, I'm actually going through a lot, and this is really like the last thing I was planning on doing was going on a trip. And he was like, oh, I really want you to go. Like, come on. Like, I'll pay for everything. Don't worry. And so I sought advice from somebody that I really loved and cared about. And I asked her, I was like, should I go? And she was like, yeah, if you want to go, like, it should probably be good for you. You should go. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go. So I go. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday type thing, which is like really annoying, flying from California to New York just for a long weekend. But whatever, I went. Tell me why this guy was so nice to me the first day, but the remaining 2 days he fucking treated me like shit. And like, I was so shocked because he knew I was going through something really hard. I'm like, how are you going to take me away from my environment when I'm already going through something? Treat me like shit over the most petty, dumb things. Like, knowing full and well, like, I'm at a low spot. So you're going to kick me when I'm down. Like, that's crazy to me. So long story short, I was pissed. Thank God it was like a 3-day thing, because it had been any more, it would have been awful. I would have like demanded to go home earlier. But it was only 2 days, and literally I went back home. I got on my plane on Sunday. And I remember feeling so disgusted by the entire situation that when I was on the plane, I cried silently. I'm a window seat girly, so best believe it was the window seat, body turned, facing the window. I'm a quiet crier, so I cried all quietly. And I literally told myself, I was like, when I get off this plane, these problems and this person and the way that I'm feeling stays in this plane. Like, this is not gonna follow me when I get off of this airplane. Like, it's not. Like, I'm done. It's over. I don't give a fuck anymore. You're dead to me. You're dead to me. You're obsessed. Just let it go. You're dead to me. I'm just someone you used to know. I don't know if that's her lyrics, but insert Caliucci. Dead to me. It's done. It's dead. Dead. And so, yeah, like, literally that is the long story of how you can have your airplane death moment. Like, when I get off this airplane, when I get out of this car, when I walk through this door, when I leave this building, this shit is done. When I leave my ex's apartment, it's over. I'm not feeling this way anymore. And that's, you know what? I'm not feeling this way. That's another story moment where my first mushroom trip, a different subject and different topic. My very first mushroom trip, I cried and cried and cried and I cried and cried and cried and cried. And then like halfway through the mushroom trip, I had this like realization moment where this light bulb like tinked off in my head. And I was like, wait, I don't need to feel this way. I don't have to feel this way. Wow, who would have knew? Who would have known? I didn't even think about that. I don't have to feel this way? What? Like, literally, happened to me when I was tripping balls. And dude, as soon as I thought that, like a fucking light switch, the crying stopped. The bad trip stopped. Like everything stopped. And then now in my sober waking life, I hear other people say, like on other TikToks, all you need to do is change the channel. Just change the channel. Like if you don't like the way you're feeling or you don't like what is going on in your head, just be like, oh, I'm going to change the channel. Like, no, I don't view it like that, because when I'm changing the channel, like that's not really that big of an inconvenience. Like it's not like I'm crying because I'm watching one channel, unless it's like Lion King or The Notebook at the worst possible parts. Then maybe I'll shed a tear or two, but it's not discomfort. So yeah, have your airplane death moment. Have your airplane moment. Get off the plane. When you get off the plane, you're a different person. When you get off the plane, that doesn't matter to you anymore. And remember that I wonder if it's going to be dark in the video. Well, anyways, just remember, however you're feeling, if you don't want to feel that way, you literally can tell your brain, I don't have to feel this. I don't have to feel this. And you don't have to feel it. Crazy. Who would have known? So yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. That was a lot. It was random, but who knows how much of it I'm going to post. But I just felt that I had to say that. I had to fix my mouth shape. Okay. Bye.